It is my privilege to introduce a very special guest who we have here this evening. 7 years ago, Amy Klobuchar became the first woman elected to represent the state of Minnesota in the U.S. Senate. But this was not the beginning of her leadership in our state. She served as Hennepin County Attorney for 8 years. She received many accolades, including an award from MAD for her focus on reducing the damage of drunk driving. As Senator, she has worked for the safety of children, families, and the quality of life for all Minnesotans. She has done so while working cooperatively with others. In fact, nearly 2/3 of the bills that she has sponsored were co-sponsored by Republicans, including a recent ban on dangerous synthetic drugs. She has twice greeted the audience at this event, so we are excited to welcome her back to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, Senator Amy Klobuchar.
Well, thank you so much, Leah. And of course, I came back from Washington today only for the weather. But it is great. In fact, I was thinking, Pastor Rich, of when I did the at your walk that you did this fall in October, and it was unseasonably cold for that time. Here we are again. But I don't think anything keeps people cold here. Everyone's warmed by the good work that goes on at Minnesota Adult and Teen Challenge. It's work that lifts people up from their darkest hours and shows them the light isn't at the end of the tunnel. After all, it's right within them. I worked with Teen Challenge, as Leah mentioned, as a prosecutor, and I see some of my friends over there, Jim Backstrom and Sheriff Stanek and others that I worked with for many years. And I saw firsthand the great work that Teen Challenge does in helping people get over very, very difficult times and tremendous addictions. I got to continue to work with Teen Challenge in the Senate. It was very fun to talk about Teen Challenge in the Senate Judiciary Committee on when I serve and talk about the good work. And I'm now, after a few years there, going to take the lead on making sure we continue drug court funding on the federal level. And I have to tell you some good news is that finally, after years and years, we're taking that rehabilitation model that we've seen in Hennepin and in all of our counties throughout the state, and finally going to have some drug courts on the federal level where they're dearly needed. I don't need to tell you that addiction is a powerful thing, more powerful than any drug. And when not properly addressed or treated, it can literally destroy a person's life. In the most recent study, and this is what I love about Teen Challenge, is that you always make your numbers, and you don't just have stories which make you cry at every single one of these dinners and this beautiful choir. You actually have the numbers to back it up. In the most recent study, 74% of your adult program graduates had been clean for at least 6 months. 58% had continued their education. That's a clapping moment. And 77% were either full-time students or gainfully employed. I don't think you're here for those numbers, though. You're here for the individuals, for the people who've come through it all. So many times I've been at this dinner and individuals have come up and told me their own stories, or told me the stories of their brothers or their sisters or their sons or their daughters. The people that come to this dinner every year are here to support Teen Challenge. Some of you may not personally know the kids in this program, but some of you know it all too well, and that's what I love about this gathering. I've mentioned this a few times that I've been here, but for me this is a personal thing from my own family, from my own dad who battled with alcoholism literally for decades. He is now 85, happily married, and it's never too late to get over things. Part of how he overcame his battle was, in his own words, that he was pursued by grace. And that's what Teen Challenge does with every kid and every adult that comes before them. They give them that opportunity. We all know that not every program fits every kid. It's not one size fits all. Some kids go to another program, some go to Teen Challenge. But we do know that for those that come here and those that make it through, they are truly pursued by grace. They're able to use their faith to get over their addiction and reaffirm their faith. And Teen Challenge gives them that opportunity that they may never have had or forgotten in their own lives. So I want to thank you for everything you're doing. I always said in my old job, that we wanted things to be efficient. We weren't quite like a business because we didn't want to see repeat customers in the Hennepin County Attorney's Office. And so Teen Challenge is a great way to make sure we don't get those repeat customers, that these kids and adults can go on with their lives. Thank you for giving them that chance. Thank you for giving them back their faith. I appreciate being here tonight.